Well, how many do you buy at the time? And have you got anywhere to store 3 or 4 days worth?
No, you can't plug nothing else in here. It blows fuses. It blows the breaker for you.
Put a bigger break on it.
No, but we are. Good morning. Good evening. Cup of coffee.
They buy a lot of eggs and sell them on overseas. They ship eggs to California.
I'm not sure exactly where I'm at.
It ain't some little backyard operation. They got probably 5 million chickens.
Oh, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland. I'm on the box having breakfast.
They got other they got at first chicken patties.
So,
McDonald's, Chinese chicken biscuits.
what is life? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel about life? What's it about? Is it those who die with the most toys win? Is there a winning? Is it about stuff? I've accumulated more than enough stuff. It's hard not to continue. So, what do we do about it? How can we manifest a different world? You see all the suffering, war, pollution, death and destruction. And then our Constitution talks about life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. What is life? What is liberty? What is happiness? Anyone up there?
How's everything here? You need to refill on your coffee?
Yes, please. It's a good waiter. Thanks, bud. So what's for lunch?
Huh?
What's for lunch? What's the special?
Country star ribs today. Fried potatoes and pickled beans.
How about an unsweetened iced tea? Unsweet tea and please. This is it? Yes. Okay, the special outside? Yep. Thank you. That's usually the fancy special.
Well, the weather looks like it's going to be hot. Let's see.
Hey, Sensei. So, Ash just left today. It's 4:20, I just found out. Which is funny. She just flew back. So she stayed for a month, maybe a month and a few days.
This is happiness.
A blissful month we had together. And so she's come back to Idaho. She's currently nearly landed in Texas. I just fly to Spokane in Washington from there. So, very sad people after, but obviously very grateful. The only thing in my way is this stupid vaccine.
Well, I just tried to call you. I listened to your message. Memory is always good. Hey, handsome, I haven't heard from you in a while. I've been able to call you a few times. I've given you messages. It's all good. It's what it is. Listen to the last.
Kind of performance piece.
No, thank you very much. Moving it. Good. Just sitting down with lunch, but I put my phone on the. Oh, that's all right. I put my phone on the table. And we can talk. Okay, I have information.
You can get it.
All right, number one.
You can make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, there you
I've done that.
I mean, I'm from the pension.
I'm gonna tell him the story there.
go. Keep off here, cause I'm paying for it.
From the old unit. Okay, I'm going out of home. I spoke to Tyler. See, well, I picked fire on him.
Yeah.
I read on your letter, and he's, you know, I don't want to fix the point out, but he says, you know, he did his due diligence and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, no. I told him, I said, I'm just switch agencies. And then he like, okay, so let's, he wants me to all the smart side of the papers for the insurance. And then I'm just pushing more. I asked him if he needed money tomorrow. He said no. Okay. All right, so we'll move on. And then I communicated with Chelsea, who is the daughter of Ken Woodson. And explained to her, you know, the content of your email in regard to appraisal report necessarily there. And whether they're moving along that, she says, according to her, but everything out of her mouth is, I don't know. So, talking about that, we'll be back. And, so, she's probably back. I say, we don't have the.
All over the room.
Hey there, sweetie. Hey there. Are you there? Reconnecting.
Okay, no problem, but I had told her I'm using the verbal, the phrase of the team.
There you are. Are you there?
Hi.
Hey there. I'm in a place that might
How
have.
are you?
Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm having breakfast. It's like a.
Right? How's life?
Oh, and see, that was what today's show was supposed to be about. What is life? Life is okay. You know, my life is okay, and I'm not. You know, I'm kind of in one place, but it's could be worse. You know, it's not bad being in heaven. It's all green. It's nice. It's can't complain.
Yeah,
So,
nature, it's
yep,
good.
yep. I mean, there are annoyances around me, but such is life. So you're going off to work?
No, not yet.
You at home?
Some hours. No, I'm at Colombia's place.
Huh.
It's pretty Swedish weird here, so I'm just adapting.
So what's Swedish weird? Whoops, we lost it.
Cheers.
What is Swedish weird?
It's weird. I mean, coming from the ghetto, coming here,
Right.
it's like the same shit, but different name.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
know.
So that's kind of what
Sorry.
I'm talking about. Life.
Camera,
That's what I'm talking about. Life is.
When
Life
I
is.
talk the real set. Okay. Life is good.
Life is.
I mean, life is good. I still have this ex with ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm avoiding him
Right.
so much. Yeah. And I know how their mind works.
Can't you just say, "Hey, it's over, buddy.
No,
I've moved on. You move on."
No, the shit is, he broke up with me 7 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
7 months. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And now it's like for the couple, when I told him that I met somebody new, somebody I love.
Right.
And then it got like weirder. Sorry. And,
Weirder.
yeah. So, but he's nothing. He's a child. I mean, like he's
Right. But you could.
He's nothing.
So when you told him you had a new sweetie and you've moved on,
Colombian.
right? So, and he said, "Oh, what did he say? No, we have to be together, or what did he say?"
Do you want me to tell you blunt, or do you want to sugarcoat it?
Well,
Because I can do both.
we can. We're on live
Which
chat, but nobody's watching.
Okay, so I'll do it for everybody. Okay.
Right.
Well, the human wondering can't do that. Can't lie.
Right. Well, go ahead. Say it flat out. Go ahead. Don't sugarcoat it.
All right. Fine. Thank you. No, it's It's like I'm getting pictures. I mean, like the dude self-destructive himself. I didn't have to write or call or anything.
Right.
It was just flat on. It was just watching something like a traffic jam or
A traffic
waiting
accident about
traffic.
to happen. You're waiting on the
Yeah.
corner for it to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, and then he got an accident, and now I'm just driving by and just wondering what the fuck. And then I'm getting questions like, I'm picturing you sucking his dick. It's like, okay, what the fuck do you think people do when they? Oh, I do not. I mean, like.
Yeah. What do they do when they're intimate?
Of
Yeah.
course. No, I mean, of course. If I love somebody, I will do it.
Right.
But now it's like the weirdest part is Bob. It's like I have to fuck somebody the same way,
Right.
and then we're okay. Like we're still in a relationship. We're not. I mean, it's been 7 months. I haven't.
Right. Well, the bottom line is you kind of block him. You
And I'm just letting him self-destruct himself
right.
before I do it. I'll do the final push, but he has to like go through his own journey.
Right.
It's not mine; it's his.
And you could be the more altruistic and say, "Come on, buddy, go find something else to do, and you'll be happy for it."
I did that, Bob. I did everything. I'm diplomatic.
Right.
I've been a warrior, diplomatic, everything. I jumped. I did everything. But I understand with some people you just cannot puta. They're just weird. It doesn't. And I still don't understand him. But hey, everything has a purpose.
Yep.
Yep. So, can you do that thing again, but not in? Can you do that thing again, but not in? I'll write it instead.
Right. You mean I'll send it to you email wise? Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, do that because I want to see the letters and everything so
Right.
it gets right.
Right. Yep. Okay.
That's why. So how's life? How's Bob?
Bob is good. Like I said, it's I'm just kind of
Bobo.
clearing, spring cleaning, fixing my car. I have limited resources, so like I'm about to have new spark plugs put in, and that's about
Right.
a quarter of my monthly budget there. And
Do you need meds?
no, I have that's all covered, not a problem. So
Good.
I'm good.
Good.
And my everything is doing pretty well, and I'm not. I'm only taking my
You look
diet.
better. You know that?
Yeah.
When you was with, excuse my
Yeah.
English, but when you was with John,
Yeah.
you looked different. It was like your energy was
Being sapped.
doughy.
Yeah, sapped.
Yeah.
Because I had to deal
Yeah.
with
He
John's.
took a lot from you.
Yeah. He was all over the place, and
Yeah.
I had to deal with that all the
Yes.
time, and never knew quite
Yes.
where. But that's life in general. Life is that way. Life.
I know, but you don't have to.
Right.
I mean, you're better off alone.
Right,
And you
right.
have us.
Right.
I don't know who the fuck us are, but I heard that girl talking the other day. She was awesome.
Yep.
And I wish I could hear all of us talking because I wish we could.
Yeah, that would be
we have
fun.
a group on Patreon.
Right.
I just don't. I skipped social media for 10 years ago. I just don't like social media.
Yeah, right. Me neither.
No. But I know that people do, though. I know that people that talks to you or listen to you do.
Yes.
So I wish that one of them would just
Yes.
teach me
Yes.
or do it themselves, and I'll get in,
Right.
help each other. I just don't know
I'll try and figure that out. I mean, we could do a
Yeah.
Zoom call or something.
No, just say, can somebody help me on Patreon?
Right. Yeah.
People will understand that.
Okay. Yeah. I need.
Me,
I
I
mean,
will
I.
not.
I mean, babe, kids. I need help all the time. I have no idea what I'm doing. I
Yeah,
can
no, I
barely
understand that.
see. You know. Yeah. That's the one thing that's a little sketchy is my eyesight. And I'm. You know, it's interesting.
Okay, so you need laser,
Yeah. I need. Yeah. And I got that set up, and it's.
diabetes.
The problem is none of my neighbors would be up for driving me there, and I'm gonna have one eye done at a time and be able to drive with one eye. So it'll be interesting. Whatever.
You cannot lose your eyes.
Yeah, that would be difficult. Yes.
Yes, come to Sweden.
Well, I need a passport. I need a birth certificate. I need all that kind of crap.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't have any of that or any way to really quite get it.
Okay, you have Canada.
You still need a passport. You know, that's really bizarre.
Yeah, well, get it.
Right. Well, this is true. I have to get it. And, I'm basically at right now. If shit really hit the fan and the world slid sideways, I'm probably in the best place to be. Meaning, I have my little garden.
Where?
Up,
Where?
up there in the middle of the deep green. You know, even though the rich people are moving in, I'm not. You know, the closest big city is Charlotte, like 300 miles away. I mean, there is no big city near me. There is no big interstate near me. You know, there is no anything near me except these rich people buying up all the land and turning it into
Yeah,
lots. You know, and that'll be interesting. So, but
baby boomers.
yes, they're definitely boomers. Yeah.
Yes, but I have a big sister in New York.
What's she do in New York?
She lives there.
Right.
Yeah, and she's becoming an American citizen, and she used to work for NATO. And what's your call? It's FN. It's UN for
Right.
you. And she works with. She had cancer, so now she works with blood.
Oh.
Yes. So she knows stuff. She's a pharmacist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, like, if you want something,
Yeah. We'll give her a call.
and
Well, I'm a New York
Yeah.
boy. I'm a New York boy. Where does she live in New York?
Yeah.
Uptown, downtown, the village?
she used to live in Westchester.
Westchester. Oh.
Yeah. And now she lives in something else, Esther. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Right? I'll be right back.
You too.
So every time
I would say that there is a little component of that because we are surrounded in this material world by fear. Fear is the major motivator, major control unit, and
Yeah, but the thing is, don't be afraid.
well, you know, I'm not afraid.
I mean, like if you're basically living everything.
Right?
Don't be afraid of the darkness.
No, I'm not.
You should take it by your hand and just
Right.
with
I
it.
mean, the hardest thing to do anything is to start doing something. Right? If you're like,
Yeah.
if you're at a place where you're doing okay, this is fine, I can get
It's
around. You basically,
safety.
yes, you're just you accept that.
Comfort.
You don't go any further than that, right? So
Comfort zone.
right. So that's,
Yeah.
that's kind of
But the thing is, Canada is where you should be.
well, I mean, I used to live in. I'm at this stage in my life that I let the situation come to me, and then I go through it, and so that's kind of where it's at right now. John Boy, he's heading off. Who knows where is John? I haven't heard from John.
Fuck John. Fuck him.
No,
He's gonna screw himself up. Like my fucking John. My John is a different name, but
Right.
the same shit.
right. But
So no, do not involve them. They will destroy themselves.
right. Well, this is true. This is true. I'm not quite sure. Well, John, I don't need to. Can you see the screen? I can't see what our other friend who's there.
Okay, hold on.
Dropped
Because
in.
I'm not looking right now.
Dropped in for a couple
I
minutes.
don't
Good
think
morning.
nobody's listening.
Yeah,
so
nobody's
it's okay.
listening.
Don't worry. Yeah, nobody.
Nobody.
It's okay. Alright? I'm listening.
Yes. I mean, the bottom line is that as I think of all the things I've done, all the places I've lived, all the people I've been with, it is always kind of the same. Meaning, I'm never really scared. I never am. Never.
I have respect.
I put myself in a position that I'm always comfortable. I'm always at ease, and I always,
you're independent.
yes,
I'm sorry that I don't know every word, but you're real.
right. And I, as I get older, I realize that one of the major things I did was never get stuck. I never got stuck in a job of this
But
or
you're
that.
stuck now.
Yeah, well, no, I realized that I was always stuck because the thing I was stuck in was not getting stuck. We all have. There's no way to escape life, right? There is no way of getting out. There is no finish line. There is no better place. Wherever you are, you make it its best, right? And then it's a better place. I mean,
Yeah, but it's like an excuse, though. I mean, like it's come on.
No, I know what you're saying. I mean, I'm not in it like I used to be in it, and
No, you're not.
and the bottom line, whenever I'm with an individual person or a group of people, I'm in it. I'm there to listen, to talk, to tell stories, to excite, to motivate for people to have a life, right? And so like last night, I was sitting out in the woods before the no-see-ums came out, and it was beautiful. It
Yeah.
it was right in between of wanting to be a storm and being sunny, and the sun was going down. It was very Italian light. The light was coming, from the side and lighting up the trees
Yeah.
above me, and the hollow where I was getting darker. And there was nobody around, so there were no sounds of motorcycles or lawnmowers or chainsaws or anything. And
Just silence.
just silence. And the birds were
Yeah.
coming through, so they were chirping a
Yeah.
lot.
Also, that's weird because I'm seeing the birds as well.
Right. Well, this is the time that they're moving
no,
from
they-
point A to
Fucking
point
coming
B.
to me on my no, dude. I mean, the dude.
Hmm.
They're fucking coming to me, kind of like
To say hi.
right in front of me. It's weird.
Well, that's good.
It's not scary.
They're your friends. They're saying hi. And that's what they were doing yesterday. They weren't coming right at me, but they were all around me, squawking and building nests. And I was just like going, well, this is as good
Yeah,
as
I've seen that too.
it can get.
doves.
This is beautiful.
doves.
This is nice.
Doing it. 2 doves doing it.
Right.
That was weird. It's like, oh.
Well, you were
No,
part of a
I'll see
menage
this
a
point,
trois.
no?
You were part of a
I'm
menage a
just gonna
trois.
look that way. You do.
Just gotta look over here. I'm not looking
so
at you.
weird.
Yeah. Even though I'm looking at you, I'm not looking at you.
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 2 doves. It's like, I don't want to see you do that.
Right.
2 doves. It's okay. Doves do it.
Doves do it. Dogs do it. Even old people do it. Yep.
Everybody does it.
Everybody does it. Yep. Pretty much.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
So, and why we get so bent out of shape and why Americans are so bent out about sex. It's like the Puritan thing is like so, it's like beyond belief, you know?
No, it's not. It's pretty easy to tell you. I mean, it's. There you go. More tea. So, Americans.
Yeah.
America.
Right?
So, America is like a teenager. And you are becoming in your 20s.
Right. We're still an adolescent.
20s know everything. Like 20s is when you think everything is gonna be okay. And when you're 25, you realize that, holy shit, my brain is actually complete. And 30s come. That is when Jesus came. And that's a weird thing. Why the fuck did we did not hear anything about non-profits until their 30s? It's the cynical year.
Well, you don't have to be cynical. My 30s, I wasn't cynical. I was meaning.
Thing is, I'm so fucking happy. And I'm so fucking thrilled. When I tell people that, people react the other way. And like get stuff like, I don't want to be old. I don't want to die. I don't want to eat that. I mean, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
I'm almost there in my 40s. It's going to be so good.
Well, the thing about every day is you just, every good moment you have that day, like yesterday when I was sitting out in the backyard, you enjoy that.
Yeah.
So right now you are in a really
I enjoy
a sweet
everything.
spot of having a really sweet honey, and it's like love new again, and well, enjoy
No,
it.
this love is love for real.
Yeah.
And it's scary for real.
Well,
Because
just be
if
there
you
in the
ever
moment.
Love somebody.
You know, be there in that moment. And what's interesting about that, you will. I have friends who I've known forever, and they have been in love with each other for as long as I knew them, and or know them. And in actuality, I was friends with the male before he met his wife, and you know, and we were like the Three Musketeers. We were always having, we were all going to the same school, and so, and here it is, 60 years later, and they've been married for 58 years, and they still love each other like the day I met them, loving each other, and they did it by doing it every minute and every day. You know, not taking anything for granted, and just soaking in that minute right there and then. You know, feeling it, tasting it, loving it. Whereas my parents, who were married 75 years, really only had maybe 6 months of that blissy kind of thing. The rest was like, you know, we got to get through. We have kids. We got to do this. I got to be successful. Blah 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 blah. Need a new car, and that's all they did for 75 years. In the last 28, there were many fun moments there because I told them I wasn't going to hang with them unless they were their fun self, which they did have. But their intimate relationship between each other, not so much, you know. I mean, they could have fun doing stuff, but they didn't have.
Everything has to click.
Right.
I mean, like we can fool ourselves. We can fool ourselves with telling ourselves that
So if you don't mind,
even the intimate
let me
parts.
check you out for now. I may be, and I can do that for you,
Okay.
but I'm not as of right now. So
Right.
sorry.
No,
Or I
no,
will
no,
take-
you don't have to ever apologize.
I'll take this
You
for
can
you,
take
though,
that.
out of your
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Can I get you anything else? Are
yeah,
you
yeah,
okay?
a cup of coffee to go. And a
Okay.
cup to go cup.
Okay. Let me see if we have them. We may only have the small ones. Is that okay to get you one?
Oh yeah, small one and fill that up.
Okay, sure.
And we'll be good.
All right. Let me get these back here for
Mhm.
you.
That's my sweet waitress there. The lady kind of owns the place. Anyway, so
Yes, I heard her.
yeah, and she's nice. These are nice people. They make a pretty good breakfast.
She's pretty dominant, but okay.
Yes, right. She's nice. You know, she doesn't have to be a rocket scientist, but she's
You
nice.
like dominant?
No, I just like nice people. I don't, you know, dominant, you know, submissive, whatever. That's their.
What do you like?
That's
What do you like?
what do I like? What do I like?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Have anyone ask you that?
Not really. Let's see. What do I like? What I like is someone who I am shoulder to shoulder with. You know, not behind me, and they're not in front of me. We're shoulder to shoulder, and they got a spunky
Just cool.
attitude. They got a spunky attitude, and they have an open mind. Those are the things.
Exactly.
You know, they're ready to
The thing
do
is, don't touch
anything.
my butt.
Ready to do anything.
That's my go grade. Do not go my butt.
Right.
No,
No, just
maybe you, but not me.
right. So that's what I like, and I keep bumping
Right.
into that. And the other thing I like is I like the
Mm.
woman to make the first move, right? And
Yeah.
and
Trying initiative.
and then I can jump in, right? But I want to know that they're interested. You know, I'm not all about. A lot of guys are just about the pursuit, and once they capture it, they get bored and it drops away. Me, not so much. I want to be,
Oh.
you know, involved and intrigued, and so when the woman kind of bumps into me, and literally women who I get together, but literally they bump into me, like boom. You know, I look at them, they look at me, and they go, "Oh," and if they, instead of like screaming at me, if they go, "Oh," you know, and I go, "Okay, oh, so who are you? What's your?" We start talking. I start asking them. Yes, I start asking them
Holy
questions.
shit.
Yes. So when that happens, you know, that's all good, and so that's how I. But I'm never on the prowl. I'm never like looking at, oh, look at that babe. You know, that's never.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I did it once in my life, and holy shit! I mean,
Oh yeah, it takes up
guys
too
who
much
do that,
energy.
I have to give them preps
Right.
because, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, I tell you one thing.
Oh,
One of my basic good points and bad points is I'm basically pretty lazy guy, you know, and but my
So,
interest, my
You have
interest,
them on top.
my interest actually out trumps my laziness. So if something pops
my
into my
God.
life and I'm interested in it, well, I go, I get out of my laziness and go do it, right? Get involved. That's how I've gotten involved because I've been interested in all the things I got involved with, right? They fascinated me, they motivated me, but otherwise I just like to sit in a hammock and look at the clouds, you know.
Hmm.
So
Me
that
too.
so
It's
that's
pretty fucking awesome.
yeah. So that's kind of it. So I'm in a place where I've set it up where I got about 20 different places where I have hammocks that I can look up at the clouds, and
Hmm.
you can't beat that. So I'm in a
Canada.
I'm in a place that's quite comfortable. I have everything, all my physical
Alaska.
needs taken care of. Now I don't have the kind of affluence I used to have,
Well, that's natural.
right. And but I have enough. So whether I have enough for the spark plugs or God knows what, it's what it is, and that's how it works out. So, but if someone were to drop by, like the Rainbow Gathering is supposed to be occurring in Colorado, and that's a thing I was pretty involved in, and there are a lot of people that I don't see unless I go to that gathering, and
Yeah.
I
Well,
pretty much told them, listen, I'm not showing up unless you do it on my doorstep. And they've done it twice, put it on my doorstep.
I'm the same.
So that's like, okay. I went. And this time, there are friends from New York who are going to come through here and they'll pick me up and drive me there and take care of me on the way and
That's so beautiful.
and deliver me back.
Beautiful.
So I'll do
Beautiful.
that. Anybody shows up at my front door and they want to take a road trip, let's go.
I wish I could,
You know?
but I can't.
Well, someday, yes. Not right now.
Someday, yes. I know it's timing.
Right. And I still want to have, I have the vision of the traveling video art circus, and make a living going to colleges and
But
exciting.
it's with not John.
Hmm?
If John comes, I'm gonna.
No.
cage him. Just so you know.
John's not coming. He can't. I mean,
I'm gonna cage him.
He's got what do you
I'm
call
gonna
it?
cage him. Put him
Yeah.
in a cage.
Yes,
And, just
and have him like
look what it.
you
Look
know
at this.
the freak
What is
show,
this?
the freak show.
Yep.
Did you ever, when you went to New York, did you ever make it to Coney Island?
I did not, because I was alone and I walked alone.
But you know what I'm talking about. Coney Island is at the end of the
Yeah,
subway
I
in
know,
Brooklyn.
I know.
It's right on the
These are
ocean,
immigrants. I know.
and it's like a
I
wild,
know.
crazy place.
Irish.
Right. And when I was a kid, it still was doing its thing, right? Still had the freak shows, still had the girly shows, still had the rides, still had all the amusements and the Nathan hot dogs and the ice cream, and
Cool.
and it was still pretty amazing. And then Donald Trump's father bought it and bulldozed it all down.
Asshole.
Yeah, and built crappy houses. I mean, people need a house,
Asshole.
but yeah,
Look at your own fucking house.
it's in their genes. They can't help themselves. But American politics, or politics in general, has always been screwed up. Meaning, Sweden and America, England, Germany, they're all the same. I mean, they're a little different because of cultural differences, but pretty much it's the same morons trying to be in charge.
Yes, it's power.
Right.
So before this happened, my dad died in COVID-19, the original story. And he died because when the overhead doctor and EVA, as it's called, it's intensive care, and he was German, and he was. Thing is, we had a moment after he died, and he was like, And I just happened to see him when I walked in through those fucking doors that slides around.
Yep.
I hate those fucking doors. And I saw him, and he said, "I'm so sorry." I just told him, "Don't be sorry. Did your best.
Right.
Don't ever say that."
Here is your coffee.
Okay.
Joe.
Thank you. Yeah.
And yeah.
Talk you off your
It was his time. So he was like, something was weird. I
Can
know.
you send the boy over? Take
And
that?
he
Sure.
did 2020, 19.
Thank
He sent his report to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
So,
because Swedish bureaucracy is slow.
oh yes, Swedish bureaucracy is it's my
It's
experience.
too much comfort.
Right.
Comfort. It's
Right.
like my mama's gonna take care of
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
My daddy's gonna die, and
Yeah.
then I'll get that and shut the fuck up.
Yep. It is. It is. I mean, when I lived in Sweden, that was the one thing. My wife and I took the airplane all the time because we could. We went down and went all over the world.
Jönköping.
Hmm?
Jönköping.
Shopping? No,
Jönköping.
no.
I
We
think you always
You should
try to
change.
explain, but you've been there.
right. So anyway, we went up and down in the airplane a lot, and she had an IUD and it got dislodged, and I could feel it all the time. We were intimate, you know. This thing jabbing me, and so we went to the doctor there, and a very fancy hospital, very clean, very modern, and he goes, "Oh, it's all in your head." And I said, "No, I can feel this thing. No, it's in your head. No, her IUD is dislodged." He goes, "Oh, that couldn't happen." And I said, "But it is. I can feel it. My penis is hitting it. It's in your head. It's in her head." I said, "How can it be in both our heads?" He says, "Oh, it's a mutual delusion." And I said, "What?" And my wife grabs his hand, pulls her underpants sideways, and jabs his hand up her hoo-hoo and says, "Right there, moron." And he goes, first he pulls his hand out because he didn't have a glove, and he's all freaked out that he didn't have a glove. He said, "Oh, that's terrible." Ah. I said, "Well, you wash your hands, don't you? You're a doctor. You should be washing your hands." And he was just freaking out because she's this little girl. I mean, she looks like a little girl, but she's not. And she steps on his foot so he can't get away, and just starts pointing in his chest, right? And
Yeah.
he got really upset and pushed her aside and ran away. And then she goes, "We should rifle through this guy's desk and take whatever worthwhile." I said, no, let's see who they send. So we just kind of sat back, and he did have a nice little kitchen, so I did make us coffee from his nice, expensive coffee. And we had our feet up on his table, and his boss walked in. And he said, "What did you do to Fritz there?" And we explained. He goes, he goes, "Well, I'm more a cosmopolitan Swede, not a bureaucratic Swede, so I can understand. So here, let's go into my examining room and let's take care of this." So he did, and he looked in there, said, "Yep, oh yes, it's dislodged. So we're going to take it out, let you body get happy again, and then we'll figure out what kind of birth control you want." And he said, "You should be." I said, "Don't worry, we pretty much have this under control. We have other things other than the IUD." And he said, "What do you do?" And I explained the whole thing about timing and the woo-woo and men's testicles and temperature. And he goes, "Well, that's great. I should tell people more about that." And so anyway, so that's went there. And, a few weeks later, we went back. He put another IUD in, and all was good. But I understood the Swedish mentality that the powers that be, whether it's a doctor or a judge or a lawyer or whatever, they know better, right? And everyone seems to go along with that.
I don't agree.
No, I'm not
I'm
agreeing.
sorry.
I'm not agreeing. I'm just saying that's what the Swedes. That's
I
the
don't think
Swedish men.
Swedes have an identity.
You don't think Swedes have an
I forgot.
identity?
No,
Okay, I go along with that. They're kind of
they're trying right now.
gray, you know.
Yeah, I know. I've been here for all my life,
Right. But
and I know.
so haven't you noticed
First
also when
core.
Swedes leave Sweden and go someplace else, they're wild and crazy?
No, I know. I'm not them. But the thing is, I don't think they understand. They're too.
So why don't you,
caught up,
why do you think they don't understand? What do you think?
right? They understand one thing, Bob.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean,
don't understand it.
I enjoyed living in Sweden, especially in the summertime. Winter, I kept going to Spain and North Africa.
Everybody does that.
Right.
But thing is, like, if you're real sweet,
Hmm.
fucking enjoy it and fucking embrace it.
Yeah, exactly.
Be you.
Yes. You know,
Yes.
the little town I lived in, we got that straight where it is. And the road that goes like from Gutenberg straight across,
Yeah,
almost
shopping.
into Finland.
Jönköping.
Right.
Jönköping.
I used to take that road into
Yes.
Finland, and the Finns, what blew my mind was how different Norwegians, Swedish, and Finns are. I mean, they live on the same kind of peninsula. They're right next to each other, and they're so different.
I know.
Now, the Finns, those people
And
embrace
Finns
everything.
Are fucking crazy.
They're fucking crazy, exactly. I got
Yes.
picked up, I was hitchhiking, I got picked up
But
by...
they're good crazy.
Yes, exactly. This guy was
Norwegian,
yodeling.
I don't respect them.
Why not? I didn't hang out with too many.
Them.
I didn't hang out with them.
Denmark. Okay, I'll tell you again. I
Right.
told you before. Sweden, no identity. Sweden used to own everything.
Yes,
The Nord,
right.
as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Finns got so much shit and always been a defender,
Right,
like the spine,
right.
or your back, right? So I'm thinking like Sweden is the tits
Right,
and the pussy.
right.
And there we go to Norwegian.
So what are they?
They are something, I don't know. They change their colors all the time. And they're gossip bitches. And they just have life easy. Their kids don't work. Never too good. And then we come to Denmark. Denmark is the fucking badass police. Too bad, cause it's flat. And Germany, France. So that's that fucking place. But Finland right now is fucking producing Finns for real. Not Finland's that lives here right now. But Finns for real. They are Valkyria.
Mm.
I don't know, it's a people called, not vagabonds.
Gypsies.
The fuck? No, it's not gypsies, it's something else. You have to respect for the names. Gypsies. It's something that begins with V.
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 Well, there's vagabond. That's a V.
Via.
V.
Yeah, it's a kind of gypsy, but it's not that kind.
Oh, there's the Roma,
It's,
which is Roma is a gypsy.
Nej, inte Roma. Nej. Vad fan heter de? Fuck. Okay, fuck it. It's not. I don't know. I have my tongue, but just one.
So Jamie Hilliard, you know Jamie Hilliard? In our conversation about what life was, Jamie said, what is life of love, self-reliance, and discriminating? One must be practical. What is practical?
I agree. Practical means like you have to be like if war happens and you have to be practical, it means like you have to use everything and be practical with it. It means like a table can be used like everything is it's a table, but you can use it as a chair.
That's for you guys.
You can use it as everything you want. Pragmatisk.
Hello, how are you?
Ja, praktisk.
So practical, I'm always logical, which isn't practical.
But it is.
I mean, it is. They're cousins, right?
It is.
It is.
I mean, like you have. I mean, we have you're logical.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
But you also have a high EQ.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, like. You can do everything with a chair. Everything. Logical. You can, if it's a chair, it's a chair. You can make it a bed or I don't know. You can make it engineering.
Yep.
Praktisk.